Created by Realm UI Studios to Jero Anthony and Kier James. The Moonbug's World, June 2025. The Ideal Events Pavilion in Quezon City. Welcome to Quezon City in the Philippines. Quezon City is located on the Guadalupe Plateau, just northeast of Manila, in the Philippines. Quezon Memorial Circle, in the city center, is dominated by an Art Deco-style memorial to former President Manuel L. Quezon. The surrounding gardens contain playgrounds, fountains, and the World Peace Bell Monument. Ninoy Aquino Parks and Wildlife Center is a zoo and botanical garden, with lagoon, crocodiles, and peacocks. Let's go to explore the Ideal Events place in Quezon City. The social media want to watching or listen the party, but multi-screen interaction connected on Natalie Ellen and Zaire Iswar on the Ideal Events place in Quezon City, but screencast as developed on Realm UI Studios and wanted to applause from Mary Caroline, Cherry and Clayton John, as your favorite kids and playing all other, when all louder to Chantal, Faith and Elbrish, becomes set a model to Margin, Ermeline, Sarah Jane, Fun Robot, and Mr. Speaker, as that development to Seats watches before to Branch, Groovy Smile, and Liam Ezekiel. And how about for people who turned out into the DJ party, when favorite kids to Mrs. Lobresco instead video for Natalie Ellen, Zaire Iswar, and Azithromycin B, and the last one make for it instead to Mrs. Minnie about the world to Princess Dreamworld, Kevin and Jack and Lael. So we have to explore to talk into my room.
Saging, saging, mangga, mangga, papaya, papaya, pagsama-samahin, paghalu-haluin, fruit salad, fruit salad. Saging, saging, mangga, mangga, papaya, papaya, pagsama-samahin, paghalu-haluin, fruit salad, fruit salad.
let's take out of here. Ayan, live mo.
Next month 5 and day 20. Today is Friday, July 5th, 2024, when Azithromycin B will go to the swimming pool when Otto swimsuits.
My head was pounding as I slowly woke up.
She's awake!
Your Highness, you're awake! Huh? Your Highness? What was happening? Hey there, I'm Bella, and I'm about to take you through a whirlwind of royal troubles. Ready for some royal chaos? Hit that like button and subscribe. Right after waking up, the doctor came in checking on me and asking a bunch of questions.
You've had an accident. You've been out for 3 weeks. Do you remember your name? Can you name an animal that starts with E?
Good news, I knew my name and my family's names. Bad news, I couldn't remember anything about my life. And here's the shocker. The doctor said I might never get my memories back. I was super confused when my family came rushing in. My sister Aurora, just a year younger than me and a huge gossip, tried to update me on all the royal news, but my mom stopped her. Let her be. She just woke up. But Mom, she'll want to know everything. Right, Bella?
Aurora, that's enough!
That's my dad, the king.
Bella, you gave us a fright. No more football for you.
You need to rest now, Bella. I was surprised my parents didn't hug me or kiss my forehead. I mean, I just woke up from a coma. Later, Aurora snuck back in and started telling me about my life, which sounded pretty awesome. You're a star athlete, you have a boyfriend named Vincent. A boyfriend? Where is he? And you're a total rebel. You never listen to Mom and Dad. A rebel? But why? Because they want you to marry some prince. But you're in love with Vincent. Why? Don't they like my boyfriend? He's not a prince. You went on 2 dates with him and you were really into him. Your phone was broken in the accident, so you can't check your messages. You two were like lovebirds. Cool. Is he rich? Yeah, a lot. His dad is a big businessman, but Mom and Dad want a prince for you. To be honest, they're pretty happy you got amnesia. They hope you'll stop biting them. Thanks for the heads up, love. I owe you. As I tried to pick up the pieces of my life over the weeks, my only friend was Aurora, who kept telling me little bits of my life before amnesia. One day, Mom and Dad insisted that we do a press release. Ugh, do we have to?
The future queen should certainly do that.
It certainly is not in that outfit. Here, dressed like a princess. Hey, I never got a press conference after I broke my leg last year. Aurora, please be quiet now. Not everything is about you. Guards, come take her outside. I was shocked how they talked to her, and she kept screaming while the guards dragged her away. Then, Mom dumped a super frilly pink outfit on me. Just 5 minutes later, Aurora sent me an SOS message. They're about to announce your wedding. As if this outfit wasn't bad enough, now they planned this? I was livid. So, during the announcement, I demanded to speak.
Wonderful! Let's hear from our future queen!
But they didn't expect what came next. Ever heard that chickens have impressive memories? Maybe if I were from a royal chicken lineage, I'd remember more. Dad was livid and grounded me for a week, despite my illness.
Sick or not, a future queen cannot act this way!
That night, I was chatting with Aurora when my parents suddenly came in, followed by 3 daughters who looked pretty intimidating, like butchers and medical professionals. Aurora, leave, now. Why? What are you planning to do to her? Then, Mom signaled a bodyguard, and he dragged Aurora away as she shouted, "Don't listen to them!" One doctor opened his case, revealing a long, frightening needle. I screamed until everything went dark. My parents were unbelievable, but thank God I had Aurora. Over the weeks, Aurora filled me in on my life before college started. She gave me my diary too, reading that I was super anxious to see my boyfriend. A week later, I was finally ready to go back to college. It was a crazy fancy place where only kids from royal and super rich families study. As Aurora and I walked in, flanked by a mini army of security guards, I spotted him, Vincent, my boyfriend. He stood there with a bouquet of roses and gave me a warm, inviting smile. Aurora winked at me and walked away. My heart was racing. I felt like I was back in my teenage years. Vincent came over, looking at me with so much affection.
Can I hug you?
I couldn't help but smile and nod. As he hugged me, he said,
You look beautiful, Bella. I've missed you a lot.
It felt like I was seeing your face everywhere.
We chatted for a while, and he was so polite and respectful. Vincent spent the day introducing me to people, helping me remember who was who from before I lost my memory. I met a few friends, which felt a bit strange, but having Vincent there made things feel more comfortable. Later on, he mentioned that he and my friends planned a party to help jog my memory. That might be too much for me.
I get it. But how about you try the party, and if it feels overwhelming, we can leave and spend the rest of the night just the two of us.
His idea sounded good, so I agreed. That evening, my parents said the doctors were coming again, so I was even more eager to head out to the party. Vincent texted, saying he was waiting outside, but how could I sneak past the guards in a fancy dress and heels? I grabbed my heels in one hand and my purse in the other, then quietly climbed out of the window and tumbled into the bushes. Luckily, the security wasn't too tight, so I managed to avoid them and got to Vincent's car. The party was okay, but after just an hour, I started feeling a sharp pain in my body. Vincent quickly called his driver to take me home, and he even paid him extra to keep quiet about it. As I sneaked through the garden to my room, I heard footsteps behind me and felt a bit scared. Come out, or I'll whoop your butt. Then I accidentally bumped into someone, and without thinking, I flipped them over. Who are you?
I'm Dylan, the gardener.
I helped him up. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll survive.
He gave me a wink that made me blush. Girl, you have a boyfriend. Stay focused. Can I ask you something? Do you know what I was like before?
Not really. I'm new in this job, but you kept to yourself. Seemed a bit snobby and arrogant.
Oh, wow. Thanks for being honest. Before he could say any more, Aurora rushed over and pulled me away. What are you doing talking to him? He's just a gardener. The next morning, my parents were really mad at me. Turns out, Dylan the gardener told on me. So, Aurora said we should keep things quiet for a while until things calmed down. One night, feeling really upset, I snuck out and climbed a tree in the garden. I just needed to think. Then I heard a voice.
Why is a pretty princess like you up in a tree?
Oh, it's the snitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can I come up? I've got something to say.
Sure, why not? Dylan tried to climb up, but he wasn't very good at it. When he finally got up, he was all messy. For a cute guy, you're not very sporty.
So, you think I'm cute? That's good to know. Now, what's bothering you?
Honestly, I didn't expect to spill my guts to the gardener, but I guess I just need someone to listen. And you seem genuine, so here it goes. I ended up telling Dylan everything. It was so easy to talk to him.
Man, that sucks.
That's all you've got? You're not great at giving advice.
Can't argue with that. But hey, I stole a chocolate bar from the kitchen today. You want some?
Sure, why not? I ended up staying with Dylan until sunrise. For the next few weeks, I hung out with Dylan whenever I could, and it was great, but I felt guilty. Vincent was a nice guy, and I didn't hate spending time with him either. But as time went on, I started to prefer Dylan's company over Vincent's. It puzzled me why I'd rather spend time with Dylan. Maybe my amnesia and the medicines were really messing with my feelings. Then one evening, I found Vincent in my room unexpectedly. Vincent, what are you doing here?
You've been acting distant. Is something wrong?
I didn't know what to say. How about I show you around the palace?
I was hoping for a different answer, but okay. Let's spend time together.
He kept asking why I was acting different. I dodged his questions, but he persisted. Then we reached the royal jewelry room.
If you need space, just say so. It'll hurt, but I'll understand.
In my rush to change the subject, I quickly entered the passcode on the digital keypad and let him inside. Get ready to be amazed. This is where we keep all the royal jewelry. Isn't it beautiful? Vincent was stunned. Then Aurora burst in. Bella, why is he here? Mom and Dad would freak out. He needs to leave now. After leaving the room, Aurora went to her bedroom. Vincent looked at me, clearly hurt.
Maybe I should leave. Reach out when you want to talk, or actually, maybe don't. Bella, you ignore me and act superior. The only reason people respect you is your royal status, and that's just luck, not an achievement.
With that, he left, and I was shocked that he just said that. Later that night, I was jolted awake by loud yelling outside the royal jewelry room. The family tiara, passed down for 5 generations, is gone. I froze. Vincent? But he was with me the whole time. Then a bodyguard approached us.
We found someone on the security footage you need to see.
We rushed to the security room. My heart sank as I watched the video. There was Vincent, hiding the tiara in his jacket while my back was turned to him, looking at Aurora.
Not only are you seeing the guy we've said no to multiple times, but you also showed him the jewelry room? What's wrong with you?
We've been patient with you because the doctor said you needed time to adjust. But this is unacceptable.
And how did he even get in?
Your Highness, our check showed the cameras were off and only started recording when Bella began her tour with Vincent.
Really? Bella, did you think you could outsmart us? What on earth?
I don't know! Please stop yelling at me! Then everything went black, and I fainted. When I woke up, Aurora was by my side, telling me I'd been out for 12 hours. The police were now looking for Vincent. Just then, Mom stormed in. Your father is furious. He can't even look at you. But I'm here to tell you that you're no longer the future queen. We've decided Aurora will take that role. You think I care? Well, guess what? I don't. But Mom, I don't want to be a princess either. I can't stand it. It's not up for discussion. And she left us there. Throughout the week, I felt more and more anxious. The guards were always around, keeping an eye on me, and Vincent was nowhere to be seen. One day, as I sat in the garden, Dylan came over. He acted like he was just doing his job, but then he quietly said to me,
Your parents aren't really bad. They're strict and can be a pain, yes, but they never wanted you to marry any prince. Aurora made that up. You should look into it.
How do you know all this?
Us servants hear everything. We catch all the gossip.
Later that night, I went to talk to Aurora in her room, planning to lie to get her to reveal something. Why do you think Vincent stole the tiara? I think he was upset you preferred hanging out with the gardener over him. He knew stealing the tiara would land you into trouble. Boys are dumb, and when their ego is hurt, they can act dumber. Did you hear they caught him? No, they didn't. Actually, they did. They caught him trying to leave the country. He spilled everything. Aurora, it's time to stop. Of course, that was a lie. Vincent hadn't been caught, and Aurora's explanation for why he stole the tiara actually made sense. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you feeling okay? Did you take your medicine? I know I wasn't perfect before my accident, but I wasn't a troublemaker either. You didn't need to scheme. If you really wanted the crown, you should have just told me. I would have stepped aside. Sure, as if Bella, the darling princess, would give up anything. Poor Aurora, always in Bella's shadow. That's what they say. I was happy when you got amnesia. It was my chance. What chance are you talking about? For a moment, Aurora looked lost, like she'd been caught off guard. Chance? What chance? I don't know what you mean. It doesn't matter. I recorded everything you just said. As I tried to leave, Aurora attacked me. We ended up fighting until the guards separated us. I showed my parents the recording. They were shocked and immediately called off the announcement about the crown. They were really mad at Aurora. You've gone too far. How can you hate your sister so much? Not just her, you and Dad too. They decided to send her to my royal uncle on the other side of the world, hoping it might teach her a lesson. I wasn't so sure.
I'm just glad the truth came out.
Thanks to you, and all the gossip, I guess. I'm glad I didn't lose.
Let's see, you lost your memory, your boyfriend, and your sister, and the crown, at least for now.
I don't mind. I still have you. Dylan took my hand, and I kissed him.
Hello. Huh? Screen mirroring by Apple X5. You wait. Connected. It's a 4%. Strawberry shortcake dress on dreams. Strawberry shortcake dress up dreams. Eh? Strawberry shortcake dress up dreams.
Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024. This picture of strawberry shortcake dress up dreams. picture so perfect.
Mary Caroline showed blueberry pie.
17 to 5.
Five grams. Deja vu.
Oporino Z.
Cancel screen. Again. Real cedar, yes, meeting news. Let's take a picture. Cannot display introduction with this camera. Say hi. Stop on real cedar, yes. Real cedar, yes. 0%.
Next month, 6th and day 27.
Grammar.
Ito ang pwede sa lahat ng manonood. pwede sa lahat ng manonood. Ito ang pwede sa lahat ng Mary Caroline's show blueberry pie.
17 to 5.
Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood. Akiyadai has the teacher free. Oppo AX5S. Akiyadai has the teacher free.
Deja vu.
Oppo AX5S.
Next month 6 and day 24.
Oppo AX5S.
Next month 6 and day 27.
next month 7 and day 10.
Yes, ayan, thank you. Meron pa daw po silang limang dance number. Wala silang gagawin, hindi sumayaw na tayo. Okay. Okay, so, next, what next? Music na tayo. Okay. So, mga mamis natin, hawakan mo na yung mga beats natin, ha? Yeah. Ayun. Ay, si Baby, tumalog si Baby. Ayan, mag-assist lang mo si Baby, ha? Ay, wait lang. Okay, naka-upper naman siya eh. Yan, nakataas na ko. Yan, pinataas na ko. Taas nila, itaas nila. Okay, pakitaas lang po yung ano, yan. Hindi mo. Hindi mo. Yung mismong aircon ang bubuhatin. Okay? Tapos pang iba para after the show. Okay. Okay, yan. Ay, baby, ate, huwag mo nang i-touch para makabunin sila ng touch day. Huwag mo nang i-touch. Okay. And mamaya sa mga parents natin na gusto pumasok sa bubbles, pwede po. Yan. Papipilahin lang po namin kayo. Yan, tapos maninigil kami ng 50-50 sa bawat papasok sa bubbles. Ang ganda! Piliin mo ang Pilipinas! By Archie Quinto. Napakagaling-tago talaga ng mga Pinoy. Pagdating sa pagkakakitaan. Yan! Galing! Baka po madulas yung mga bata, ha? O baka naman may hunter na masok-sok to. Yan. Buti na pumasok sa loob ng bako. Yan. Okay. Ang galing talaga na mga breakfast ko. Perfect. Galing. Mga mamis, baka hindi po nila alam na yung solusyon na kung pinakapakan po nila. Pakibantay po yung ang kids niya. Yan, next. Okay, ito na. Sa malaki na tayo. Yan. Everybody please, everybody fall in line here. Linya. Ilan linya. Everybody fall in line. Yan. Backward tayo, atras. Yan. Linya na tayo, papasok na tayo sa bubbles. Kasama ng mga parents. Hindi mo pwede ang bata na mo. Kailangan may parents po na kasama. Wait lang. Unahin na muna natin si birthday celebrant na si Puri. Si Mami o si Daddy. Yan. Okay. Asan po? Si Mami o Dad. At saka si Puri po. Asan na po? Okay. Dito po pasok. Tulog na si Puri. So, okay na unahin sila. Unahin ko muna daw ang mga bata. Sige ho. Ano mangyayari? So, ano pa? Pamatayin yung aircon? Kung ito patayin ko. Okay. Joke lang. Patayin ko yung aircon. Ayan. Pag-assist na lang kami, ang waiters, pakipatay na lang daw po yung aircon. Hindi na kami. Patagdili na natin. Sabi ko. Kasi medyo mahangin daw. Hindi sila makabuo. Ayan. Mahangin daw ko. Sino ang pwede pumatay sa aircon? Yan. Paano lang? I-on na lang natin ulit pagkatapos ko ng power show. Yan, tingnan natin kung baka mabuo na kayo. Yan. Kaya na? Ayun, nakakabuo na tayo. Ayun. Yan. Sige, isa-isa